Awesome. Okay. Right. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. So, okay, we'll just continue to play how we're going and see it because I've got like questions on the tip of my tongue, but I feel like I'm jumping the gun a little bit because I feel like, yeah, I feel like everything's so.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of learning the game, you have a solid basis of how to proceed. There's nothing too terribly complicated being thrown at you right now. You are getting a couple red indicators on the map saying, "Hey, last time you were
Construction
here,
complete.
something was a jerk." But for the most part, in the beginning game, a lot of it is
Research
exploration
complete.
and sort of feeling out how you want to grow.
Okay, we have border range plus 20%. That
System
feels good. I don't
survey
know why.
complete.
Reveals a new resource, something dust. Food output plus 10%, and building a biolab one.
Yep. So a biolab is is the first level of, hey, a faction was founded. We'll talk about that here in a second. The biolab is a building. It's the first level of the society uh, bonus building. The resources are strategic resources that appear on the galaxy map. Um, Sorry, dog was barking.
That's all right.
um, Border range, as I'm sure you can tell, your initial estimation is absolutely correct. Border range is always good. It's particularly good for you because you're going to get a research bonus because it matches the researcher. They're both the clasped hands.
Yep, I get it. I get it. Yep. Oh yeah, I get. Ah, I see. I see. A 50% boost. Oh, do you know what? I actually want to do that one then. Oh, but some of them
Yep.
cost less. Oh, I see. So this is
Yeah.
the hardest one to do, isn't it?
Yes.
In Civilization, like going for some of the older texts, usually can go like you can burn through them pretty quick, can't you?
Yep. Yep.
What do you think?
And an additional point of note: the more you grow, the higher those numbers are going to get. So what would begin as a 360, just an intro level tech, would become like a 480 if you colonize the second planet.
Okay. Oh, so difficulty of research goes up based on your overall size.
Yes.
Interesting mechanic. Okay. Don't think I agree with it,
It's
but
just like expanding in Civ. The more cities you have, the harder it is to research.
yeah, yeah, it was kind of like a yeah, slow you down. Okay, so what would you recommend I do?
Um, what would I suggest you to? I don't know because I lost the feed.
Oh shit.
But in this case, yeah, I would go to. I would do the border range, 100%. It will actually be faster for you to do that one than the resource or the biolab, just because of that 10% bonus you're going to get.
Cool. Okay, so new faction is found. You kind of warned me about these guys because they potentially could cause issues in future. So a new faction has been found
Yes.
by the scientists.
So what a faction is it's a thing that shows up that some of your population that you have or that you already have join.
Oh
They
damn, dude.
want specific things. If you are doing those specific things, they're going to be happy. They're going to get higher efficiency yields for the tiles that they're working. They'll give you more food. They'll give you more minerals. They'll give you more.
Oh, I can see in the bottom right as well. They formed a faction. Yeah. Support to
Um,
represent the political strength of the faction. Support is increased by the amount of pops in the faction. Pops with a full citizenship contribute with more support than without. Okay, fair enough. The Democratic Rights
yep.
Convention. Oh my god, die.
Yeah,
People like
you
rights,
founded a
people like
bunch of.
democracy. Man, how can you not like this faction? Alright.
You can just sort of play them neutral. You can support them, or you can try and purge them, I guess,
Oh
for lack
boy.
of a better term. It's best to just leave them neutral unless it is like, hey, this is the faction that I want to be my lead faction. You only have
Alright.
one faction now, so you don't have to worry about that.
Okay, fair enough. That sounds good to me. Surveyed system. Good, good, good. So there's a fastest. Okay, there's one faster than what I'm currently on. Okay.
Oh,
Agrarian upbringing. Plus 10%
Research
food.
complete.
Hydroponics build cost minus 20%. Search
yeah, you
complete.
are keep in mind that if you're I'm flying blind currently, so you're gonna have to go into a lot of detail if you have a question.
Sure, no worries. I'll jump into it if I need it. So new research. We have unlocks component of a Sentinel point defense, specialized combat computers, basic combat roles.
Yep. And what was the third tech?
The third one is an AI controlled colony ships. Oh shit, the bonuses on that are pretty big. Colony development plus 50% speed. Colony influence cost minus 25%. That seems pretty good.
It is pretty good. When you first found a colony, there is a period of time where it actually sets up before you get to the surface tab. But the other two techs, the combat computers are good. And what was the first one? Oh, point defense. Point defense. I remember that. Point defense is actually super critical, but it is not super critical immediately. Since you have 2 planets to colonize, you haven't colonized them yet.
So
I
that
would
case,
actually probably go with the AI moderated colony ships.
okay, good. Let's do that then. Let's go.
Usually, the first thing I look at when I get researches is, do any of my people match the research category? If so, I kind of weight that a little heavier for wanting to do it. But ultimately, you get a lot of researches where it's like, oh, great lasers. I don't care about lasers. Let's ignore this.
Okay, another hostile fleet being a nuisance. Oh, it's the amoebas. I think I've come back. I've come back here like 3 times, and the same thing keeps happening. The amoebas are pretty strong too. They've got 821, and I'm 301. Damn, I'm so weak compared to them. The
Oh
space
yeah,
sperm is so
those are some
strong.
serious.
It's so strong. That's super sperm, my dude.
Space swimmers are strong.
They're researching. That's good. Evasion. Hostile fleet. Why is it referred to as a hostile fleet with their animals? That seems kind of strange.
Um, they really just sort of defending their territory. There's hostile fleets that seek you out when you hit the star system. Those are real jerks. And then there's hostile fleets that are just like, hey, I'm a
Oh,
space sperm swimming around.
oh
Don't
shit! I
get in
think
my way.
they've done damage to it because the hull's been damaged.
Oh, those monsters.
The birth of the space piracy.
Okay, so birth of space piracy. We need to make sure your fleet is at your home because when you get that event, that says there are pirates and they are coming your way.
Oh, okay. Sorry, where are they going?
They are going to Feedback Star.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, pirates will always show up. They'll blow up a couple mining stations as they make your way to your home star, and then blow up your mining stations and all your stuff,
As
and
per,
then it just costs resources to build.
as the president's mandate, additional mining stations have been constructed. Gain 250 influence. Oh shit, that's a lot of
Yes,
influence.
so you gained 250 influence because you fulfilled their mandate. No, it's a huge amount of influence. That is one of the main bonuses of playing a democracy. You can generate a lot of influence very quickly because you're getting these mandates every 5 years.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Pirate treasure gains some energy.
Oh, did you fulfill an anomaly?
I,
Anomaly.
I think so. It says the pirate treasure, and I gained some free energy.
Oh, sweet! You found a pirate treasure.
Okay. I
Yar!
wasn't even looking. It just fell into my lap. Okay, fair enough.
In the vastness of space, there will be things to fall in your lap.
Oh man, they're attacking on my mining station.
Yep, mining stations can defend themselves, but they can't defend themselves
Can I
against you.
send my fleet then? Is that a good idea?
Yeah, you would want to take a look at the pirate
Yeah.
fleet's total
Oh,
strength
they're about half of
compared to
mine.
yours.
They're about on 1/6.
Oh yeah, send your dudes to go blow them up.
Damn, dude, I want to fucking destroy them, dude. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
I want
go
to
mess them up, man.
put up with that crap. They're destroying my mining stations, dude.
And don't forget, once you blow them up, you get to sift through their space dust for sweet researches.
We've encountered some form of alien vessel in Alpha Centauri system. These strange objects have been flagged as divas. Until we can learn more about them, we should proceed with caution.
Gasp, divas.
Doesn't
The
feel.
shade of it all. So anytime you get a pop-up that says, "Hey, we've encountered aliens," they go up in your situation log, and you can research them, or rather, you can insert them into your research queue without taking
It
out.
feels like I just go into here and I just spit a spam click on everything, you know?
Not necessarily, because some things are storylines that you really can't spam click. Some things have the same category. So if you had discovered two types of like aliens and you had to research them both, you could only research one at a time.
Okay.
Typically, I like to research alien races, if that is what the divas are, because it gives you an influence bonus if you research them before they research you.
Oh. What, are they actually a separate civilization then?
I don't know. I won't know until you research him.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Can I not build mining stations outside of the blue zone?
Nope, you can only build space mining stations and research stations in your circle of
What if I
influence.
build a frontier though?
If you build a frontier outpost, then where you built that frontier outpost becomes part of your circle of
Oh
influence.
my god, look.
And if it's close enough to your other circles, they'll sort of merge with each other.
Okay. Well, this one here's got like so much spicy resources. I just feel like I wanna build on it.
In a tiny world, that's not a bad idea. Or a tiny galaxy, that's an excellent idea.
I don't know if it's a tiny galaxy.
You a tiny or small? Do you remember which one you built?
What? Oh yeah, this is a tiny galaxy. Yeah, this is the smallest one.
Yep. So the more you expand earlier in terms of frontier outposts, the less room that aliens can colonize later.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the idea. I'm the aliens to them, aren't I?
Yep. Yep. Pretty much.
All right, I'm gonna build a frontier outpost in that northern star called Kiram. Kiram?
Love it.
Kiram? Is that a good idea?
Shishrim. Yeah. No, I think it's good. If it's got spicy resources, and you definitely want it before they do.
Got 4 energy, 6 minerals, 2. I don't know what this one is. Physics. And then 2 society. There's like tech bonuses.
Say that one more time.
We've got energy, minerals, physics research, and society research.
Yes. So when you build a research station, it gives you 2 additional points of research to your total.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, fair enough.
Yep,
So,
you're literally building research
so,
stations
so
in space.
yeah, so it's a boost to that tech of that specific kind. Okay, fair enough. That's fine.
Exactly.
That's cool. That's cool. We have an engineering guy who's finished his research. We've got improved spacecraft, which unlocks a module and a feature. Oh, what's a feature? I don't know what that is. And we have unlocks component, missiles, unlocks building, mining network 2, and mining capacity plus 2,000. I have a feeling that we're nowhere near the capacity. Yeah, we're nowhere. 7,000
You're
is the
nowhere
maximum.
near
Yeah,
capacity.
yeah. So I think that, I don't know about you, but that hot one. What's the spaceport level 2 mean?
Spaceport level 2 is exactly what it sounds like. It is you can upgrade your spaceports to be level 2, which means they get more armor, shields, guns, and you could potentially start building bigger ships.
Okay.
It also provides additional fleet. So once you upgrade a spaceport, you should get 2 more fleet totals. So you should go to 17 instead of 15.
Okay, do you think I should go to that one?
Yeah, I mean, your spaceports are. I think they cap at 6 or 8.
Sorry, just summarize this again. So, what, a bigger spaceport does what?
Each a bigger spaceport gives more guns to the spaceport,
Okay.
gives more shields to the spaceport, gives
Okay.
more health to the spaceport. You can put an additional module on the spaceport, and it increases your overall fleet size maximum.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now you've told me that. It doesn't excite me as much, but I can get why it's important as the game progresses, though. I get it. Okay.
Now, keep in mind, spaceports are completely changing in a month.
That's fair
Uh,
enough. That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. That's okay. I'll relearn that at the point. I'm gonna yeah. So I'm gonna learn what I've got and then I'll go from there. I get you though. I get you. I get you.
Love it.
Okay. So I've just realised that there's some hotkeys at the bottom of the screen for science, construction ship, and 2 is your fleet, and then 1 is your home planet. And that's your 1, 2,
Uh,
3, and 4 keys. I've just spotted that.
yeah, Yep, that would be your situation log stuff through.
Dude, my
I think.
efficiency is shot up by another like 44%, dude. It's climbing every minute, dude.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I didn't think I even fired those pirates. I think they escaped.
They might have fled. You might have just smoked them.
Yeah, they didn't take any damage though, because I'm full repaired right now.
It's certainly possible that they fled.
Okay.
All right, you should take a look at your spaceship Hawking because it looks like it's not doing anything.
Uh, Oh yeah.
So,
Well, how come it's not showing as idle though?
usually if you have told it to do something, it's going to do that. It looks like you probably told them to orbit Diva. So let's just go send them out to do some more exploration. To
Uh,
boldly go where Dave has not actually been yet.
yeah, I think we're going north.
Okay, so you finished researching the Divas, and they're actually
Yeah,
some worms called the Tianki.
yeah, I did. Getting around the menus, I'm still learning.
Yeah, absolutely. The outliner, I like using the outliner a lot because it's customizable, and for the most part, you can tell pretty much at a glance what you should be seeing.
So, is the president a part of the Democratic Rights Convention?
It looks like he is not. It looks like the member of the Rights Convention right now is Simone something or other.
Okay.
I think your president is independent.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
And you have an anomaly that you can research.
Yeah, I'm already doing it. For some reason, when you research it, the button still stays there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty sweet. There's someone in the chat just said change your food storage in the edit tab F7.
So what he's indicating is that, hey, you have capped on storage, which we already knew.
Oh yeah, for
But
food. Yeah.
yeah, but instead of increasing that storage, we actually want that little bit of growth that we get for being at cap and still generating.
Oh, okay.
The
So
growth right now is actually a little bit more important than the storage.
Oh, yeah. So a monthly food surplus increases the speed of pop growth by 15% on one planet. So being at the top gets that 50% boost. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, because we're at the cap and still generating for food, instead of
Right.
saying, well, that food is thrown away, it actually becomes a bonus to growth.
Something about an outpost.
So yes, the overall storyline. There's a storyline that happens most every game called Precursor Event. There's one of 6 precursors that you learn about through the course of the game. It's kind of interesting. They're actually chronologically, in the past. I think you might have the most distant past one. Regardless, it's just something that you slowly explore.
Right,
When you find a precursor artifact, you'll get a little bit more of that story. Oh, pirates!
Damn, dude, I was like doing so many things. Okay, the reports of the deep space drones and certain systems have investigated, establish a listing post, or let us see what they're made of. Take them apart. I guess a listing post.
Situation log updated.
Yep. So if you build a listing post, it becomes a special event or a special project in your situation log, just like those alien races showing up, and you just click research, and that's that. The event chain is something that you would then explore through events by starting by blowing them up. I like special projects. I might be a little off on that. I think they're easier to sort of handle, and I forget about event chains so much. Also,
Sometimes.
blowing them up might be difficult.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Armed project. That the space debris again.
Yep. So you'd have to spend a science ship from surveying to
Oh,
go.
look at this, boy. Our fleet eliminated all of the 4 pirates, and not a single ship was destroyed.
Okay.
What a god.
Oh, don't close that yet. Oh, are we still looking at that? Sweet.
What's
Okay.
What's up?
This combat 1 screen is exceptionally important the more you play the game.
Okay.
The reason for that, if you can bring that back up,
Yeah.
if you look at the bottom, it shows you how much damage your weapons did versus how effective their weapons were.
Yeah.
We can see that they're using missiles, and their weapons were not nearly as good as your missiles were.
Yeah, I
You had
see
a
that.
100% hit rate and a 16% evasion rate. That means 16% of their shots did nothing.
Yeah.
You had a 100% hit rate, which means all of your weapons did everything. That becomes important when you're trying to piece through uh, sort of big combats where you're like, okay, I'm losing against these guys. Why am I losing? Oh, it's because my lasers are all doing garbage, and my kinetic weapons, of which I have two of, are the rock stars. I need to get more kinetic weapons. I'm going to change my fleet schematic, etc.
Cool. All right, okay. Um, you said you like to complete the traditions, didn't you?
Oh, buddy, do I.
Okay.
So you see how just to the right of your discovery tradition, you have a new box because you actually installed Utopia?
That's right, Ascension. So just to let everyone know who's
Yep.
watching on YouTube, yeah, I have in between the last two episodes, I installed the DLC of Utopia, so I didn't have it from the base game from the very, very beginning, but I do now.
Every tradition you complete unlocks a choice in the Ascension's perks list, and they are all so good.
Okay. Oh wow,
Which is why I tend to always want to complete traditions.
they're all passive bonuses, aren't they? Okay, that's good. We'll go for the
Uh,
science division then.
they're passive bonuses, they are unlocks, they are everything you want them to be and more.
Boy. Boy. All right. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Being repaired. That's good. Go fast. Feel the urge to call the speeds in the game by number, but they're not, are they? No, normal, fast,
No. I mean, they
fastest.
might have numbers, but if they are, it's ridiculous.
Good, they're repairing. That's fine.
You know, we have two science ships. We
Anomaly
could
found.
probably stand to build a third and assign another scientist.
You want me to build another science ship?
Hell yeah, we're discovery based, baby. Remember, you're getting research bonuses for every planet you survey. You are getting bonuses for science for every planet you survey. You know, the faster you survey, the more you know what to look out for. You know where you want to colonize. You know if there are any threats lurking. Scientists are your primary explorers. They give you a little bit of extra stuff when you're done exploring. You can boost your research, etc. But I am the type of person
Construction
who, like,
complete.
if I don't have anywhere from 3 to 6 scientists, I feel like I'm just staring at empty black space.
Okay, that's cool. No, that's all right. Okay, so I built my frontier outpost. My blue area is expanded. Now I'm building mining
Yep.
posts.
Complete.
Love it.
Construction complete of. God, construction complete reminds me of Command and Conquer. We've got a new science ship. We need to get a new leader. We recruit him. We have got a speed research, and survey speed plus 25%. You want to go for her, don't you?
Oh, am I that transparent?
Yeah. No, I'm finding the patterns out. This is actually good because Dave's
Yes.
learning. Okay,
Yes.
I'm connecting those sweet dots.
Those dots are going to create a really phallic picture when this is completed.
System
Let's hope
survey
so.
complete.
Damn. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I'm actually, whoa, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually am kind of a little bit enjoying this actually.
Yeah, I mean, this is, as far as Paradox games go, this one's really
System
up there.
survey
I was
complete.
shocked for an entirely new sort of system for
Oh
Paradox to
shit! I just
build.
realized.
Yeah, they knocked it out the park.
Why is the science? Oh shit! I realized I had a project that I could have done back at home. I want to do that one before he goes.
Yep, that's a good idea.
Surveyed ship anomaly being researched. Get rid of that.
Yep,
Surveyed
that
system.
project in your space system is that space debris, and you have
Yeah,
control of
that's
that.
right. Yeah.
Now, when you have a scientist who has been wandering out through the galaxy, remember that you do still have that anomaly in your main system. God, I'm so self-conscious of that word now.
Anomaly.
Anomaly.
It is. It is
Anomaly.
a bit of a tongue twister, isn't it? I think I
Yeah,
know. I just know how to pronounce it watching sci-fi shows. That's the only reason why I know. Cool. So, oh yeah. So sorry, I blanked you for a second. Can you say that bit again? Well, last thing you just said. Sorry.
about the anomalies.
Anomaly. Yeah. What about it?
So that was space dust. What I was saying is that you still have that anomaly in your main planet area.
Yeah.
It was a level 2, and we left it to explore later until we
Yeah.
had a bigger scientist. Well, now we have a
Debris
bigger scientist.
analyzed.
So what we can do is send one of our level 3 scientists to go check that out. You clicked the mining drill observation.
Yeah. Yeah.
All that did is insert. Yep, that inserted that special project into your physics queue, or that's your engineering queue. So it's going to complete before it's using all of your engineering research instead of that research.
Ah, and that's the 100 cost. I was thinking for a second when I come into it, usually these don't have a cost next to them, but this one does.
Yep. Typically, researching alien races has a society cost. This engineering project has an engineering cost.
I get it. I get it. And what do I get from completing these?
You form the researching alien races. You'll get influence as you learn their language, and you're able to sort of be like, "Haha, we learned your stuff before you learned ours. Look how magnanimous and lovely we are."
Oh my
For
god, this is Civ, isn't it? You get the discovery bonus for getting it first and stuff, isn't it? Like building wonders and crap,
Yep.
isn't it? Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Okay, so how do is there like a quick way of seeing like the skill of my science? Oh, I click on them, and then the bottom left.
Yep. The number of stars they have is their level.
Oh, I see. So I've got a level 3. Is that going to be enough? What was the anomaly? I
Oh yeah.
can't even remember where the anomaly even was anymore.
It's in feedback.
Is it?
Yep. You see that little sort of magnifying glass, or that
yeah.
So there's a level 3 in Weir, and there's a level 2 in feedback.
How do I click it though? I don't seem to know how to click.
If you have your
Oh,
science,
you left click on it. Oh shit, dude. Sorry.
yes.
Okay, I'm getting it. Why? I don't understand, but I don't feel like I noticed those before. But now, is it because I'm selecting a ship that can do them? Is that the reason why? No.
Actually, the reason you haven't been noticing them is because most of those that you have been getting, it's that pop-up that says, change scientists, leave for later research. You've been researching most of them immediately.
Oh, I've just realized when you click on construction ship, they disappear. When I click on the fleet, they disappear. So they're only visible on the map when I'm selecting a science ship. Oh, that's probably the reason why, dude. That's the reason why. I get it.
That's probable, yeah, because if you have your fleet selected, that is actually a new thing. It used to be they were always visible.
Okay, I just can't. I just saw it, and I was like, "Well, that really sticks out." But like, why didn't I never saw it before? It can't have been there all the time. That's why.
I can't be that daft.
Yeah, I know. I can't be that. I can't be that dumb. Okay, that's good. All right, awesome. Let's continue. All right, good. We're all good. All right, we're all good. We're working on that one. How do you feel about these manning drone observation stuff? Then, do you feel like they're worthwhile or?
Yeah. For the most part, I tend to not go with the blowing up of things. Really early in the game, I feel like there's a habit for a lot of the stuff that you encounter to be a lot bigger than you.
System
So if you're like,
survey
I'm gonna go
complete.
pick a fight with this space whale over here. Oh Jesus, it's got an 800 fleet strength, and I just threw my only 3 corvettes into the mouth of some sort of crazy space whale. Like, oh god, I just lost 300 minerals for nothing. So I tend to research and do research projects. But if you encounter them later, like when you have an 800, 1000 fleet strength, I tend to, shoot first, ask questions later. I like to shoot when I'm big enough to handle it and not want to poke it in the eye when I'm too small.
Okay. Is there a merge?
And a lot of that is just how early in the game you are.
Is there a merge key? A merge?
Yes.
Where's the
It's
merge?
the far left. You just hovered over it. First fleet, far left.
Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's fine. I was just playing around with the buttons. I feel like there's a button there. I don't know what it does. I feel like I have to play.
Oh, for sure. For these fleet screens, most of them are like dependent. The one important thing about just clicking buttons is whatever you click the
Special
button
project
on is
complete.
contextual for that thing. So there was a button that said rally point. If you click the rally
Yeah.
point button on your first fleet, that means all of your fleets are going to fly to the first fleet to join.
Yep. I get that. That's cool. United Nations of Earth gives access to droning observations edict. Adds list of mineral-rich planetoids to the situation log.
Okay, so that you see that noted selection, you actually only get that because you are that ethic. You are a xenophile. Because you are a xenophile, you can select that option. That option is not
Okay.
not available to non-xenophiles.
Okay, increases opinion of other opponents. Cannot use a full native interference policy. Cannot use no refugees species policy. Cannot displace aliens.
So you love aliens, you dirty alien lover.
We're just naturally curious, aren't we?
That's why they call us Whiskers, because we're curious, like a cat.
I really do want to fight these marauders that's in this planet here. It's been cooking for so long, dude. I have to fight the marauders.
Let's go fight them. Worst case scenario, we can always run away because we've made a terrible decision.
We'll soon see. That's good. Okay, we've just researched. Okay, let's pause for a second. There's so much shit going on. 30% chance. No, I'll pass on that one. Okay, so.
Okay, this is a great place to pause real fast. You see that purple tech?
Yep.
That is an instant visual indicator that that tech is rare. That means you are not going to see that very often. You tend to see rare techs, you know, the longer you play, you'll tend to see more of them than not. Synchronized defenses is good. So if it's a rare tech, it instantly gains some weight for me to want to research it. But I also tend to take a look.
What
at
does
my
it mean
priors.
it's rare? I don't understand what that means.
That means I think you have a 1 in 6 chance or a 1 in 10 chance of seeing that tech every time you refresh your text. Like when you research and you get these 4 random selections. The ones that are yellow ringed, remember, are ones we already have progress to, so we're always going to see those. These blue techs are just common text. You know, any given game you'll see those.
Okay.
Purple techs mean you might not see that tech every game.
Okay. All right. So okay. So it's almost a deciding factor for you, then, is it?
Usually, if I think that's something I want, I'll take it. In this case, we do have a couple interesting options.
Yeah, I
We
know. Someone in the
have-
chat's just said about the automatic exploration.
Yes. So this is one of those quality of life things that they added at a patch, I think, in Utopia. It used to be science ships were manually controlled for surveying the entire game. That's pretty annoying when you have 6,000 star systems. So they gave us a quality of life tech to basically let our science ships just go out and do their
You
own thing.
become the AI almost.
Yeah, you just let the AI control your science
Yeah,
ships.
okay.
You don't get to tell them where to go, and sometimes they really choose pretty dumb places to go, but they're still doing their thing without any input from you.
Okay. All right. I think we've been on the screen for a bit too long. So what would you recommend I do?
Actually, this is one of those situations. I think we scroll down and take one of those texts that we have some progress in.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. So we've got deflectors, we've got fusion power, and we've got red lasers. These are all components for ships, aren't they? Because we've discovered these from collecting debris,
yes,
haven't we?
exactly. I think we take the fusion reactors. Now that we're actually starting to have a couple ship fights every now and then, it might be a good time to start looking at what we can do to improve our ships.
So these are
let's take the fusion
add-ons
reactor.
that get added onto the corvettes, don't they?
Those are actually fusion reactors for every class of ship we can build. That is their power plant.
Oh, okay. So will that passively upgrade, or would I have to manually do that?
You will have to manually create a ship or upgrade a ship that is already in your fleet.
Okay, fair enough.
And all of that is done through the fleet builder. Once that tech is completed, we'll investigate that.
Currently investigating Europa. Okay. All right. Okay. Wow, that's pretty cool. Just one sec.